Hello, literature lovers. Welcome to Literature Club. Hope you are doing great. And today we will continue our mock test series on UPPGT 2025. So, the very first question is: who said classicism is health and romanticism is disease? Whether it is said by Wordsworth, Goethe, Coleridge, or Byron. So, it is said by Goethe. The movement of return to nature has to do with Neoclassical Age, Romance Age, Restoration Age, or none of these. So, return to nature is from Romantic Age. The phrase willing suspension of disbelief is associated with. So, who give this concept willing suspension of disbelief, whether it is Byron, Keats, Coleridge, or Wordsworth? So, it is given by Coleridge. The type of fiction whose setting is medieval period, often in a gloomy castle replete with dungeons, passages, use of ghosts and mysteries is called picaresque novel. Gothic novel is epistolary novel और historical novel. So जहाँ पे भी gloomy castle आपको देखने को मिले, dungeons देखने को मिले, passages देखने को, ghosts देखने को या mysteries की बात हो, ऐसे हम novels को हम लोग gothic novel कहते हैं. The word picaresque has been derived from Latin word picaro, Greek word picaro, or Italian word picaro, or Spanish word picaro. So it is a Spanish word. Who defined Romanticism as the Renaissance of wonder? Whether it is Theodore Watts Dutton, John Keats, Wordsworth, or Walter Pater. So it is Theodore Watts Dutton. Next question is: name the figure of speech in the following lines. The soldier fights for glory and a shilling a day, whether it is hyperbole, synecdoche, apostrophe और anticlimax. So now यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो कि पहले में हम सोल्जर की ग्लोरी की बात कर रहे हैं, हाँ, जो कि काफी अपने आप में एक पीक की बात हो रहा है. फिर वहीं पे सीलिंग अ डे, हाँ. सो वहीं पे सोल्जर का जो हम वैल्यू है पहले तो ग्लोरी तक ले जा रहे हैं, फिर वहां से उसको घटा के सीलिंग पे ले आ रहे हैं. तो जब ऐसा कोई सेंटेंस मिले तो उसको हम कहते हैं एंटी क्लाइमेक्स. They speak like saints and act like devils. So which figure of speech is there, whether it is simile, metaphor, oxymoron, or antithesis? So now they speak like saints and act like devils. Now यहाँ पे पहले ही हमें like देखने को मिल रहा है तो हम simile की तरफ जाएंगे. बट यहाँ पे like कंपैरिजन के लिए नहीं यूज हुआ है. ओके, यहाँ पे और ये पूरा का पूरा सेंटेंस अपने आप में दे स्पीक लाइक सेंट एंड एक्ट लाइक डेविल्स, तो हमें एक ही पर्सन है जो कि दो तरीके का काम करता हुआ दिख रहा है. तो यहाँ पे हम एंटीथीसिस मारेंगे. Youth is full of pleasure, age is full of care. Which figure of speech is here? Simile, metaphor, oxymoron और antithesis. So यहाँ पे भी हम देख सकते हैं कि यूथ जो है प्लेजर से बना हुआ है और एज जो है केयर से है रिलेटेड, ओल्ड एज की बात है बेसिकली. तो यहाँ पे भी हमें एंटीथीसिस देखने को मिल रहा है. हेल स्माइलिंग मॉड. सो यहाँ पे वेदर इट इज सिमली, मेटाफर, एपोस्ट्रोफी और एंटीथीसिस. तो जब हम किसी को एड्रेस करते हैं तो वो होता है क्या? एपोस्ट्रोफी. कैन टू वॉक्स टुगेदर एक्सेप्ट दे बी एग्रीड. सो वेदर इट इज सिमली, इंटेरोगेशन, apostrophe और antithesis. So simply यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन पूछा गया तो उसको इंटेरोगेशन कहेंगे. Now next question is: in which work of his own Shakespeare called the first year of invention? So whether it is the Rape of Lucrece, Venus and Adonis, As You Like It, or Cymbeline. So it is Venus and Adonis. Who wrote Tiger's Heart Wrapped in a Player's Hide about Shakespeare? Whether it is Ben Jonson, Philip Sidney, Green, or Marlowe. So it is said by a university wits whose name is Robert Greene. Who is the speaker of these lines? All the world is a stage, and all the men and women merely players. So whether it is Shakespeare, Prospero, Hamlet, or Jacks. Now हमने ये देखा, हमें पता है ये शेक्सपियर की प्ले का है और हमने तुरंत शेक्सपियर मार दिया, लेकिन और भी ऑप्शंस को हम देखते हैं. नाउ इट इज द इमेजिनेशन और यू कैन से द क्रिएशन ऑफ शेक्सपियर, बट बाय हुज बाय बट हु इज द स्पीकर, है ना? तो यहाँ पे स्पीकर आपका है जैक्स. द क्वालिटी ऑफ मर्सी इज नॉट strained, is dropped as a gentle rain from heaven upon place beneath. So these lines are also from Shakespeare's play, and you have to tell which Shakespeare play has these lines, whether it is Titus and Andronicus, Merchant of Venice, Twelfth Night, or Romeo and Juliet. So many of you must know that it is from Merchant of Venice. Fair is foul, foul is fair. We shall meet again in thunder, lightning, and in rain. So these lines are from where? Whether it is from Macbeth, Henry VI, The Tempest, or Love's Labour's Lost. So it is from Macbeth in the very first act by witches. Emotion recollected in tranquility. The profound philosophy of Wordsworth was rejected by William Hazlitt, T.S. Eliot, Ezra Pound, or Roland Barthes. So it is rejected by T.S. Eliot. Wordsworth's Prelude was completed in 1800, 1805, 1822, 1825. So it was completed in 1805 and was published in 1850 after the death of Wordsworth. In which year did Wordsworth added his preface to lyrical ballads? In 1798, in 1800, in 1802 or 1803. So as you know, lyrical ballads was first appear in 1898, but its preface to lyrical ballad was first appear in 1800. The character of Madalo's baby daughter in Julian and Madalo is based on Sally's daughter, Shakespeare's daughter, Wordsworth's daughter, or Byron's daughter Allegra. So, Julian and Madalo is a work by Sally, and it is based on Byron's daughter Allegra. Which of his works Sally described as totally different from anything you might conjecture that I should write of more popular kind, written for multitude. So it is for Queen Mab, Mont Blanc, the Sensi, or Man of England. So it is for the Sensi. एंड इट इज अ प्ले बाय, ठीक है, ये प्ले है शैली का, याद रखना इस चीज को. विच ऑफ शैलीज पोयम was composed in 3 days at the baths of San Giuliano near Pisa, Italy from 14 to 16 August 1802, whether it is Man of England, Two Skylark, Adonis, or Witch of Atlas. So it is Witch of Atlas. Lamb as an essayist was much influenced by Sir Thomas Browne, Milton, Shakespeare, or Dante. So he is very much influenced by Sir Thomas Browne, who says Lamb's style is inseparable from his humor, of which it is the expression, whether it is Hugh Walker, Keats, Matthew Arnold, or Coleridge. So it is Hugh Walker. Lamb uses the imaginary names Pesta and Chirasi in A Bachelor's Complaint, Poor Relations, Chimney Sweepers, or Dream Children. So these names are used in A Bachelor's Complaint. Lamb's poem, The Old Familiar Faces, is concerned with the death of Lamb's mother, the death of Lamb's sister, the death of Lamb's father, or Lamb's desire for marriage. So it is for death of Lamb's mother. Lamb's work, Mr. H, is a farce in prose, a poem, an essay, or a tragedy. So it is a farce in prose. Who said about kids? He is with Shakespeare, whether it is P.V. Shelley, H.T. Coleridge, Matthew Arnold, or Walter Pater. So it is said by Matthew Arnold, who said Keats was a Greek, whether it is Shelley, Arnold, Coleridge, or Wordsworth. So it is said by Shelley, who calls Keats one of the inheritors of unfulfilled renown, whether it is Shelley, Byron, Coleridge, or Southey. So it is said by Shelley. In which of the following epithets brings out the most characteristic quality of David Copperfield, pinpointed by the majority of Dickens scholars, whether it is autobiographical, grotesque, brachio, or lengthy. So it is autobiographical novel. Love is not a feeling to pass away, like the balmy breeze of a summer day. These lines are taken from A Child's Hymn, Lucy's song, The Ivy Green, the Song of the Wreck. So it is taken from A Child's Hymn. When did the last poem, Idols, appear? So Idols is by Tennyson, 1885, 1844, 1853, or 1890. So it is its last poem appeared in 1885. Tennyson has written a poem on a city of India. Which city is this? Whether it is about Delhi or Kolkata, Lucknow or Mumbai. So it is about Lucknow. Who wrote the poem? Defense of Lucknow. Okay, so this is actually the poem by Alfred Tennyson, Mulk Raj Anand, Rudyard Kipling, or E.M. Forster. It is written by Alfred Lord Tennyson. I am asked to write my reminiscence of a famous novelist. About whom does the author Somerset Maugham says this in the context of his novel Cakes and Alice? Donald Parrater, W. H. Thackeray, Thomas Hardy, or Charles Dickens? So it is about Thomas Hardy. In the year 1872, a week or two before Thomas Hardy's 32nd birthday, one of his books was published, which confirmed Hardy in his profession as a writer. Which book was it? Whether it is Desperate Remedies, Under the Greenwood Tree, The Trumpet Major, or Judah Obscure. So it is Under the Greenwood Tree. McDonald's Rugby Chapel commemorates the death of his father, the death of his friend, the death of a girl, or the death of his relative. So Rugby Chapel is about his father's death. Next question is Arnold mourns whose death in his elegy entitled Tiresias, whether it is Arthur Hugh Claw, Arthur Hallam, W. H. Auden, or none of these. So he uh, mourns on his friend's death, Arthur Hugh Claw. In which of her poems Kamala Das writes, Your body is my prison, Krishna, I cannot see beyond it. So it is from Krishna, Radha, my grandmother, or love. So it is from the poem Krishna. Everything in me is melting, even the hardness at the core. Oh Krishna, I am melting, melting, melting. Nothing remains but you. Whether it is from Radha, Krishna, Lord Ram, or a hot moon. So it is from Radha. Which of Anand's novel depicts the events of a single day of life of Anand, a conflict between two classes of society, a class of artisans and a class of capitalists. Whether it is Big Heart, Seven Summers, Coolie, or Death of a Hero. So it is from The Big Heart. It is a fictional autobiography of Anand and a remarkable study of child mind. The setting of is in the Indian province of Punjab of the first decade of 20th century before the partition of the country had even been anticipated. So, about which novel these lines are set, whether it is Seven Summers, The Swords and the Sickle, Private Life of an Indian Prince, or The Coolie. So it is Seven Summers. The background of Night of the Scorpion is modern, rural, urban, or Indian. So it is rural. Night of the Scorpion is written in blank verse, free verse, iambic pentameter, or iambic hexameter. So it is written in free verse. One could do worse than be a swinger of birches. The above lines are from Birches, the gift outright, moving or mending wall. So it is from Birches. The fact is the student's dream that the labor knows is a line from mending wall, moving, home burial or black cottage. So it is from moving and nothing to look backward to with pride and nothing to look forward with hope. The above lines are from the death of hired man, home burial, precaution, or come in. So it is from the death of the hired man. Song of Myself is a poem by Shelley, Wordsworth, Whitman, or Tennyson. So it is by Walt Whitman. Which of the following poets was of the opinion that art, like trees and shrubs, and had a natural growth? Whether it is Wordsworth, Shelley, Frost, or Whitman. So it is said by Walt Whitman. I am the poet of the body and I am the poet of the soul. Who said? Wordsworth, Faulkner, Frost, or Whitman. So it is also said by Walt Whitman. Which work of Hemingway was called the Bible of the Lost Generation? Whether the sun also rises, man without women, a movable feast, or the old man and the sea. So it is basically the sun. The sun also rises. Catherine Barkell is the character from Ernest Hemingway's famous novel. Which one is it? Whether it is Old Man and the Sea, For Whom the Bell Tolls, Farewell to Arms, or In Our Time. So it is from Farewell to Arms. Hemingway's Farewell to Arms is set in Italy, Switzerland, USA, or England. So it is set in Italy. What is the cause of Mr. Compson's death in the in the sound and the fury, whether it is cancer, heart attack, alcoholism, or car accident. So he died from alcoholism. What is the name of Delsey's grandson who takes care of Benji in 1928? Whether it is TP or Maurice, Quentin, or Luster. So Benji is looked after by Luster. Saturn in Paradise Lost is compared to Moon, Sun, Holy Star, or Leviathan. So it is compared by Leviathan. Milton wrote his pastoral elegy, Lacidius, on the death of Edward King, his wife, his father, or his mother. So it is written on the death of Edward King, his friend, who said, Lacidius is a touchstone of poetic taste, whether his Tennyson, Matthew Arnold, Browning, or I. A. Richards. So it is said by Tennyson. Which figure of speech is used in the following lines? Alone, alone, all alone, alone on a wide, wide sea. Personification, apostrophe, alliteration, or pun. So here it is alliteration. The originator and the namer of deconstruction is Jacques Derrida, Friedrich Nietzsche, Martin Heidegger, or Sigmund Freud. So who coined the term or who gave the idea of deconstruction? So it is Jacques Derrida. The world's a fine place for those who go out to take it, and there's lots of unknown stuff in it yet. So these lines are taken from A Man of Demon, Justice, Silver Box, or Loyalties. So it is from A Man of Demon. They are still working. They dash finished. They haven't finished. They hadn't finished. Or they hasn't finished. Or they didn't finish. So as you say they is a plural. तो इसके साथ जो लगेगा वो रहेगा haven't. You must account to the manager dash the money you used. Of the money, with the money, about the money, or for the money. So it is you must account to the manager for the money you used. The police accused the young man dash murder, of murder, about murder, for murder, or aimed murder. So man of murder. So the policeman accused the young man of murder. Complete the sentence with the correct infinitive. Dash there is difficult. When reading, there is difficult. Reaching to, there is difficult. Reaching for, there is difficult. Or to reach, there is difficult. So, it is to reach there is difficult. Next question. Complete the sentence with the correct infinitive. Is difficult for a sinner. Saying prayer, to pray, praying to, or being praying. सो इट इज सिंपली इन्फिनेटिव की बात आ जाएगी तो वहां पे टू के साथ स्टार्ट होगा टू प्री इज डिफिकल्ट चूज द अप्रोप्रिएट मीनिंग फॉर द गिवन idioms from question 68 to 72 to look a gift horse in the mouth to appreciate a gift or favor to accept something ungratefully to be indifferent or to acknowledge something greatly so it is to accept something ungratefully to let the grass grow under one's feet to miss the opportunity, to let the things go on in their natural way, to waste no time in doing something, or to idle away the time, to delay and linger. So the answer is to idle away the time and to delay and linger, to wash one's dirty linen in public, to quarrel in the open, to do some ugly work in public, to discuss private matters before strangers, or to wash one's clothes in the open. So it is to discuss private matters before strangers, to smell a rat, to smell bad smell, to see hidden meaning, to suspect a trick or deceit, or to misunderstand. So it is simply to suspect a trick or deceit, to sow the white feathers, to be fashionable, to show fear and cowardice, to capulate, or to possess the white feathers. So it is about to sow fear and cowardice. A snake in the grass, a treacherous or hidden enemy, not a reliable person, recognizable danger, or unexpected happening. So it is a treacherous or hidden enemy. Now here is some sentences given with different parts. You have to uh, look which part is not correct or whether it is incorrect. Means option D is correct. So my all family is going to visit the Taj or no error. So my all is something not fit here. So option E is correct. Have you any money on you? No, I haven't none. Which part of the sentence has a error? So it is no, I haven't none. Of the VIPs which attended the function, the PM was the tallest or no error. So it is who attended, not which attended. So B option is not correct. I do not perceive some small change in me or no error. So it is some small change. He refused to, against our advice, admit that his profit was higher than that of the last year. So option B is not right. We thought to find the ledger which was lost, but we couldn't do or no error. So here it is, but which we could not do. The Defender Council moved from court inspection of the disputed premises or no error. So it is defense, not defender. Synonyms बताना है आपको. What is demagogue? Whether it is politician and troublemaker, sorrowful and unhappy, impertinent and impudent, or nice and tasty. So it is politician and troublemaker. Next word is deplete, exhaust and bankrupt, abusive and vulgar, busy and industrious, tidy and disorderly. So it is exhaust and bankrupt. Desserts, whether it is sweet and pudding, drowsy and sleepy, witchcraft and necromancy, counterfeit or fake. So it is sweet and pudding. Differentiate, impassive and unemotional, distinguish and discriminate, counterfeit and fake, or filthy and dirty. So it is distinguish and discriminate. Diffidence, prejudice and fondness, hesitation and timidity, trick and artifice, overthrow or conquer. So it is hesitation and timidity. One word substitution. One who believes that God and universe are same. That is, the person is pantheist, arbiter, superi, or posthumous. So the person who believes in God and universe are pantheist. One who believes that everything is predestined, whether it is felicitate, fatalist, or hermaphrodite, or blasphemy. So these kind of person are known as fatalist. One who believes that pleasure is the chief good, whether it is vesper, sinister, hedonist, or Cersei. So it is hedonist. One who bunks the class, fable, chivalry, anhony, or turret. So it is turret. One who betrays one, traitor, maiden, bumpkin, or parvenu. So it is traitor. Now correct spelling. So here are the four spelling of center and which one is correct. नाउ जब भी हम स्पेलिंग पे जाएंगे हमेशा ब्रिटिश इंग्लिश की स्पेलिंग को ही देखेंगे. सो इट इज सेंटर की स्पेलिंग CENTRE. डिनाउमेंट, सो इट इज DENOUEMENT. चौफर, anomalous, appellant. Now here direct indirect. So the shepherd finding his flock destroyed exclaimed, I have been rightly have served. Why did I trust my sheep to a wolf? So that is indirect. Over here is direct sentence. Which one is the correct one? So it is the shepherd finding his flock destroyed exclaimed, I have been rightly served. Why did I trust my sheep to a wolf? So here it is punctuation. Which is the correct punctuated sentence? So it is B option. The human mind is never stationary, colon. It advances and or it retrogrades. Same here you also have to punctuate the sentence and the correct punctuation is the law of the most country today are split into two kinds, criminal law and civil law. Here also you have to punctuate and the correct option is D option. He said that he was tired and he wished to go to bed. Indirect direct is here. And the correct answer is I am tired, he said, and wished to go to bed. So this is for today's test series. Hope you like the questions and don't miss to join us on Telegram. Links are given in the description box. There we used to do mock every day on 7 p.m. So thanks for watching. मिलते हैं next video.